One of those transfers is the #1 scorer in the Pac-12 Conference, 19.6 points per game.
Hey, Rich, you know, when you transfer to a new school, you want to make an impression, and boy, did he ever. 31 points his first time out. Just an awesome player. He's looked so good. He's looked like he's been here for 4 years playing for Dana Altman. That's how good he is. 6'6", just under 20 points a game. As he goes, so goes the Oregon Ducks. Eugene Omoruyi, one of the best in the Pac-12 so far this season.
Yeah, he has been outstanding, and he's got a good cast around him. Chris Duarte, Eric Williams, both high motor guys. Duarte, 42% on threes. He's averaging 2 steals a game. Eric Williams, 11 and 6 every game this season. The only other guy in the conference to do that, the highly touted Evan Mobley of USC. Now, USF, they like to drive it, kick it out to the perimeter, and chuck it up. 95 three-pointers made. That's #1 in the nation, led by Jamari Bouye, their guard.
They've got a really good backcourt, and as you said, Jamari Bouye, for the Pac-12 fans that haven't had a chance to see him play, he's outstanding. A senior guard, plays at his own pace, plays with extreme amount of confidence. This young fella is fun to watch. Rich, I watched him against Cal. He did what he wanted to do. He could shoot the three, he could put it on the floor. He's shooting an amazing 56% from the field as a point guard.
He is fantastic. Now, San Francisco's already knocked off Virginia. They almost got Cal over the weekend. They said at the time he'd be out 5 weeks if he's on schedule, maybe 3 more weeks until Richardson's return. So he will not be able to play. One guy who will be able to play, Aaron Estrada, because of the NCAA granting a blanket waiver for immediate eligibility to all D1 transfers this year. That's him in the middle of your screen, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year last year at St. Peter's University in Jersey City. And he and all the other transfers cleared to play yesterday. Eldridge, that is a big addition for the Ducks.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome for every program in the country. You know, these guys are having a rough season already as it is with the pandemic, so to be allowed to play for everybody across the board, I'm a fan of that.
The officials, Mike Reed, D.G. Nelson, and Glenn Mayberry. This is the 11th all-time meeting between the two schools. The Ducks lead it 8-2. The last meeting here in November of 2013, the Ducks won it 100-82. Here's Williams, defended by Dmitry Rivny. And now Omoruyi will go to work against Kunin. Duarte posting up and lost it. And Boyer has it. Jamari Boyer from Seaside, California. That's near Monterey. Kind of out of the way. The only D1 offer he got was from USF.
That's amazing to me. As much success as he's had for San Francisco, only one Division I offer. Wow.
Here's Khalil Shabazz, whom you know from his days in Seattle. Now Rivny goes to work against Hardy. Bouye drives and lost it, but got it back. Yurkatan puts it up for three. Swish. Tavi Yurkatan. That's the 96 three-pointer made by USF this year, #1 in the country.
That's their game right there, Rich. That's what they want to do, shoot the three ball, and even the big fella can knock him down.
Yes, he can.
Now, Rich, it was interesting talking to Coach Golden earlier today, talking about he's a man-to-man team. They want to match up and get after it.
Rebound Folly Dante after the miss. He had it slapped out of his hands. We're going to have a held ball. The arrow points the way of USF.
Well, you can see the Dons are really aggressive. Khalil Shabazz, a kid from Rainier Beach High School in Seattle, just as tough as they come. He's scrappy. Bouyer's scrappy as well. We talked about their offense a lot, but these two guys like to defend. They accept the challenge defensively as well, Rich.
And how many guys pick up a ball in the paint like that off the garbage and immediately look to turn and shoot? Bouyer was looking to kick it out.
Yep.
When he does shoot, he hits 45% of his three-pointers, Jamari Bouyer. This is Khalil Shabazz, averaging 15.5 points a game. Pretty good backcourt combination the Ducks are facing in this one. Rivny picked up by Dante.
He wanted to let it go, Rich. You could just see it. There it goes.
Yes, he does. Didn't draw iron. Rebound pulled down by Shabazz. Kunin puts it up. Omoruyi has it.
I'm not sure Coach Golden is going to be happy with that shot. That was a little bit too quick.
Williams for three. Rebound Dante puts it back up, and he finishes.
Well, that's where the big fella's going to have a huge advantage in the paint. He's bigger than everybody on the floor. He should be able to do that all night.
Backcourt pressure for the Ducks. That'll keep USF from getting into their offense. So right now, 18 seconds on the clock. Rivny, Shabazz. Khalil Shabazz went to Rainier Beach High School, then Division II Central Washington University, and they ran the metrics on a very analytical team. Todd Golden, the head coach of USF, they liked what they saw, and here he is, and he draws the foul. He'll shoot three.
Rich, I'm telling you, I watched this kid his whole high school career, and I just never saw him having this type of success at the collegiate level. But in his defense, he played with Kevin Porter, first-round draft pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He played with DeJounte Murray, first-round draft pick for the San Antonio Spurs. Then he played with another kid named Sam Cunliffe, who was a big-time player coming out of high school. So he was kind of overshadowed, but boy, is he taking advantage of his opportunity now.
And yet he did have 47 points in one game in high school. Yeah. Second to DeJounte Murray in Rainier Beach history.
I will say against O'Day, another powerhouse school in the city, so we know he can score the basketball. Had 32 as a freshman and had 31 so far this year.
You'll have one more. San Francisco, last year 9-7 in the West Coast Conference. In Todd Golden's first year as head coach. And Shabazz makes 2 of 3. Maury Hardy barking out some signals as he comes across the timeline. Williams looking inside. Omoruyi was in the paint. Now Duarte double team. Kick it back outside. Omoruyi for 3. Rebound Shabazz. The Ducks 0 of 3 on three-pointers so far. Kunin against Dante. Dante with a size advantage. Kunin thinks better of trying to back him down.
Nice pass.
Drive and kick. That's what USF does. Kunin. And that should be an offensive foul, and it is. Omoruyi taking the charge.
They're your best offensive player, sacrificing his body to draw the offensive charge. I know Dana Altman's going to love that. Kunin's going to have a quickness advantage over N'Faly. And I think that's what he's going to have to use, because he's not going to be able to just get the ball on the block and shoot over him. That's not going to happen. The big fella Dante looked like he Got a knee to the thigh or bump knees with somebody out there. He's limping off the court.
Limited time in practice and preseason because of knee injuries. And Chandler Lawson comes in, the sophomore from Memphis. Played high school ball for Penny Hardaway. Lawson sets the ball screen, backs off it. They get it into him, posting up on Yurkatam, back outside of Duarte. Short corner, and he knocks it down.
That's a beautiful floater by Chris. Didn't force the issue, took what the defense gave him and knocked down a beautiful floater.
Coonan spins against Duarte.
Nice pass.
Gets to Yurkatam, and he gets fouled, unable to finish.
A nice job by the big fella, showing us he has some ball handling skills and a nice dish.
Watch Duarte, little floater.
Yeah, he got it off before the help defense had a chance to get there. That's just a smart play by Chris.
Taavi Yurkatam from Estonia has struggled with his free throws. He's now 6 for 12 this year. In his career, just 32%.
If you look at it, Rich, it's a line drive. He's not giving himself a chance. He's not getting any arc on the ball at all. That's something he's going to have to work on.
Got to use your legs. Got to get some arc on.
In the words of Dana Altman, you got to bend the knees, huh?
Bend your knees. How many times we heard that in shoot around? What a great entry pass. Omoruyi batting it away from Reevney. Omoruyi with a pass inside to Lawson.
Oh, good hands by Eric Williams.
Yeah, he's an excellent defender, and with the finish, he earned that one.
Just great defense. Oregon is extending their defense, making it really tough for San Francisco to get into anything offensively here.
It's been nearly 4 minutes since the Dons scored a bucket, reversed by Yurkatam off the entry pass from Shabazz.
So just as we say that, the Ducks fall asleep and forget about Yurkatam running along the baseline.
Omoruyi, nice find of Chandler Lawson here.
Yes. Beautiful pass by the big man. He knows he's averaging 20 a game. Everybody's paying attention to him, so he's playing unselfish role. And a nice pass for 82 for Oregon.
You're watching Pac-12 Network, where champions play. Available on Xfinity.
Wendy's Baconator is the ultimate bacon cheeseburger that's got all other cheeseburgers feeling like. And now with the Breakfast Baconator, we're shaking and waking up your breakfast, bringing that big bacon energy all day long. So get to Wendy's and always be baconating.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. We started with America's most reliable network, added 5G nationwide for millions of Americans, and the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband in more and more places where people need massive capacity and ultra-low lag. I'm proud ultra-wideband was named the fastest 5G in the world. But I'm even more proud all that work is going to make a real difference for you. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
When you're building a business, it's easy to find a bank who says all the right things. They'll say they have the products and services you need, and blah, blah, blah. They go on and on saying they'll blah, blah this and blah, blah that. But when it comes time to actually expanding your business, well, that's when you need Pacific Premier Bank. We're completely dedicated to supporting our clients' growth, and that's no blah, blah, blah. Pacific Premier Bank, where business meets opportunity.
Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. And brought to you by Wendy's. You can now get a Baconator any time of the day with the Breakfast Baconator. Ducks looking to improve to 5-1. Dana Altman, their head coach in his 11th year. And it's incredible that you look at Altman and Mario Cristobal on the football side. These guys are now recruiting with the best teams in the country. That's the expectation for the University of Oregon now. Meanwhile, for USF, Todd Golden is their head coach. Second year after 3 years as Kyle Smith's assistant at USF. And what a rapid ascent for Todd Golden. Hired at age 33 a year and a half ago, one of the youngest head coaches in the country. 7 years ago was an assistant under Kyle Smith at Columbia University. Then a year at director of ops at Auburn. A year as assistant coach under Bruce Pearl at Auburn. 3 years as an assistant to Smith at USF. And here he is. And you want to talk about a program on the rise. And they've already beaten Virginia. There's Dimitri Reevney with the 3. And they lead by 3. And they won at Nevada and almost knocked off Cal.
He's done an outstanding job. You know, I'm going to call him the Golden Boy because he's one of the rising young stars in the coaching industry in all of America, not just out here out west. And he's hit the ground running. We talked in the open about those 95 threes. That's what San Francisco wants to do. They want to shoot the 3 ball.
Williams, long 2 doesn't go. Dons 2 of 4 on 3s. Rich Wayne, we got a whistle away from the ball. The foul against the Ducks.
Foul number 13.
Chandler Lawson's second foul. N'Faly Dante, who left after some sort of twinge in his leg, comes back in as Lawson leaves with 2 fouls.
He appears to be okay. He looked pretty good running back out onto the court.
That's good news for the Ducks.
Yes, sir.
Ducks expect to get some help in the middle from Frank Kepnack, the 4-star center who reclassified to this year and is on campus and enrolled at Oregon. Yurkatan had a hand in his face. Nice little jump hook and a put back up and in by Yurkatan after the miss by Jonas Visser.
Well, Dante came over to help and left nobody on the weak side to box out Yurkatan. That's an easy putback for San Francisco.
Five unanswered by the Dons. Williams on the drive. One of the and one doesn't get it. They go to the line for 2.
We see the entry pass here to the post, Rich, and no help came over until very, very late. Big Dante came over, left nobody on the weak side, and that's an easy 2 for Yurkatan.
Is that the right decision by Dante there?
I'm not sure it was because I want to be convinced that he can make that shot first before I go over there to help. Looked like it was pretty good defense. But when you're a big man and you're a shot blocker, that's just in your nature. You want to go after everything.
Eric Williams, one of the Ducks transfers from Duquesne. He redshirted last year. Anybody who had been redshirting this year as a transfer declared eligible. A blanket waiver by the NCAA announced yesterday. We expect to see Aaron Estrada in his Ducks debut.
Dana Altman's done it better than anybody that I've seen. Every year, I keep asking myself, how does he do it? As we see Dimitri launch another 3.
Yurkatan puts it back up and in, and he is fouled by Dante.
Well, big fella's length is just paying off. He happened to be in the right place at the right time. He's got a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And one. We see Dimitri with just a really good look. And Eric Williams forgot to box his guy out. On the film session tomorrow, he's going to hear about that.
3-point play for Tabi Yurkatan. 3 offensive rebounds already for USF. Got a foul called against Yurkatan. His first. Ducks will have it out of bounds. Ducks' last game came against Washington in Seattle. 74-71 win on Saturday. The Ducks were just 4 of 19 from 3-point range. They did force a lot of UW turnovers, 16 of them.
Yeah, I thought Washington's zone bothered the Ducks a little bit. Washington had a chance to win it at the end. Quade Green missed the 3.
Dante, nice little move by N'Faly Dante. Back it down Yurkatan.
Big fella putting the ball on the floor, showing a little bit of quickness.
That was Jonas Visser defending. Amari Milstead in the game for USF.
I'm looking at Jonas Visser, Rich, and I'm trying to see who he reminds me of Jim McElvain for the NBA fans that remember Jim McElvain playing for the Seattle Sounders.
He dropped down low there after setting the pick.
Oh, wow.
3-pointer doesn't go for Rich Wayne. Here comes Amari Hardy. He's got some explosion to him. trying to draw the foul. He does, and he hits the bucket.
How about that, Rich? I thought it was going to be a bad shot, but he got his balance and kissed that bad boy off the glass. Nice move by Damari Hardy as we see him coming down here. He's a lefty, and at the last minute, he side swipes the defender with a sidestep and nice little kiss off the glass.
Yeah, that's good. Good body control. Duarte back in for the Ducks. LJ Figueroa in the game for the Ducks. Figueroa, one of those transfers, St. John's University. He got granted his waiver just before the Seton Hall game, the first week of December. Hardy comes out, and the freshman Jalen Terry comes in. Jalen Terry, the lone signee as a freshman in this year's class for the Ducks. 2018 and 19. Their classes are the top 5 in the nation. And they have another great class coming in next year with Nathan Bitter, a 5-star center from Oregon.
And Terry must be from Flint, Michigan.
Rishwain for 3. Rebound, Omaruyi tips it to himself. Oh, he's got a good wingspan, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Nice out to Dante. Turns around against Visser and draws the foul.
Well, Visser just can't allow him to get that deep. I mean, Dante's 7-footer. You can't allow him to post up 3 feet from the basket, Rich. That's just too easy. Should have been an and one.
He's 6'11", 230, Eldridge. How's he going to stop him? It's easy to say you can't allow him to do it.
You got to fight him up. That was too easy. You got to fight him a little bit.
Dante 7 for 15 at the free throw line this year.
And what I mean by that, Rich, is you just can't play behind a guy who's that deep into the paint. You got to fight and try to three-quarter, front, something. You just can't. You can't play behind a guy that big, that low.
One more for N'Faly Dante from the Republic of Mali. That one had a little more rhythm, a little more arc, still didn't go. Milstead all the way and gets the roll.
That was a nice use of the high screen and roll. And he just put his head down, was determined to get to the basket. Nice play.
USF picked 5th in the preseason WCC coaches poll. 5th, Eldridge.
Well, I think after that upset of Virginia, they've opened some eyes, and they won't sneak up on anybody, that's for sure.
If they're 5th, this is an even better conference than normal. WCC, which they feature Gonzaga. Baz driving against Duarte. Fall away by Kane. Simon Kane's shot doesn't go. Out of bounds off Omaruyi. And it'll go back to USF following the under 12 media timeout.
As we see Milstead here.
They got shut down for a few years in the 1980s after a series of well-documented scandals. But then they came back, I believe, 1985. And last made the NCAA tournament in 1998. This is a good USF team. And the day after Thanksgiving, they knocked off then fourth-ranked Virginia at Bubblesville. Nice drive, blocked from behind by Dante. Kane has it. Yucatan around the Kane pick.
But that was a great recovery by Infale Dante. I thought that was an easy 2 points. He came out of nowhere and just erased that bad boy.
And the official D.G. Nelson.
I'm not sure what they saw, Rich, but they stopped the play.
Seeing if it hit the rim, and there should have been a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, that shot appeared to be blocked off the backboard.
Going back to those great players that come out of USF, if you're talking about the greatest of all time, as you look at the block from Dante, talking about a guy who could block some shots, Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Why isn't he mentioned when you start talking about the greatest of all time? All the championships he won in Boston.
I think he is. Oftentimes I think he's in the conversation, but he wasn't a dominant scorer. So I think when you think of great players today, people just think of the guys that can put the ball in the basket.
Are you want a dominant scorer? What about his contemporary, Will Chamberlain?
I agree with you.
You don't hear his name mentioned.
Rich, you're arguing with the wrong guy because I'm in the same camp as you. I think Wilt perhaps is the greatest of all time.
Maybe.
He was very, very dominant. Bill Russell, no doubt, the greatest defensive player of all time at any level. 2 championships in college, 11 in the NBA. I mean, he was just absolutely phenomenal.
All right, the shot clock will be at 6. So they did reset it and shouldn't have. Shabazz got to go to work quickly. With 2 on the timer, cast it up for 3. Kane bats the rebound, but Dante has it.
At first, I didn't think he saw the shot clock, Rich, but he was just playing possum.
Duarte. Rebound Kane.
That's a good look for Chris Duarte, who's shooting about 55% on the season.
Oh, all the way. Shabazz drew the foul before the block by Dante. And that foul is on Jalen Terry, his first.
Khalil just using his speed right there in transition, just forcing the issue, drawing the foul. He can shoot the 3 ball, but he can attack the basket as well. Really, really competitive player.
Man, he has come a long way, Khalil Shabazz.
Yes, he has.
Started his career in Division II, didn't get any D1 offers. Came to San Francisco redshirted, and he's having a great redshirt junior year. Rishwain drives against Figueroa. Milstead lost it. Kane has it. Batted away by Figueroa. And a shot clock violation.
That's just great help defense by the Ducks. You put that ball down in the paint against them, they've got 3 guys collapsing on whoever that is. Just great help defense. I'm not sure if Dana Altman's excited about the defense or if he's mad about something else, but he's over there yelling and screaming at something.
Oh, yeah, he was pointing at something. It was good defense, but there was something he saw he didn't like, and that's what Dana's going to focus on. He's always trying to get better.
Somebody's coming out as I see Eric Williams at the check-in table.
Omoruyi against Yucatan. Fall away by Omoruyi. That's tough to defend.
That's just absolutely gorgeous, Rich. I mean, he takes his time. Nice little fall away off one leg, a la LeBron James. Eugene, that we highlighted in the open, finally gets a bucket to go.
A little arm bar by Yucatan to Terry. Terry gave a little flail. Good no call. Dimitri Reeve from the corner.
He's had some really good looks, Rich. Some wide open looks that normally he makes.
Good play by Kane to regain possession for the Dons. They're 2 of 9 on 3-pointers. They came in averaging almost 40%, 39.3. And again, leading the nation in 3-pointers made at 95.
I don't think Coach Golden is going to complain because there've been some really good looks. It's going to be close to 5-second call here.
And Shabazz was on the sideline. Good defense on that out-of-bounds play by the Ducks. USF is 3rd in the nation in 3-pointers made per game. Omoruyi, Indra Iron might have got tipped.
I think Yucatan got a piece of that one.
12.14 threes made per game for USF. They're giving up just 4 1/4. Very good perimeter defense for them. The pass from Reed a little bit too high for Shabazz to get rid of it. Shabazz turns it over. Here's Figueroa. Amori Hardy open for 3. Rattles out. Rebound foul. And that's going to be against... let's see. I thought it was Milstead. No, it's against Khalil Shabazz. Yeah.
16 ball. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he shoved Eugene Amarui a little bit, but I think Eugene went Hollywood a little bit on him, Rich. He sold it big time. A 6 foot, 170-pound guy is not going to knock him down that easy.
Nothing wrong with a little salesmanship, right?
That's part of the game today. It was interesting to hear Coach Golden talk about one of the differences this year without fans is he thought the refs were doing a lot better job because they weren't getting harassed as much and they were making much better calls instead of just giving the home team calls. I thought that was an interesting comment.
Hardy floats it up over Kane. Nice move by Amori Hardy.
Yes, it was. The lefty with a teardrop. Oregon standing there full court press.
Bouye.
That's a tough shot, left-handed. I think you like that name, though, Rich Bouye. You like the ring to that name, don't you?
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Figueroa, blocked by Bouye.
I thought that was all ball, Rich. I don't know about that call.
Bouye says, booyah. Apologies to the late Stuart Scott. And Figueroa go to the free throw line. First foul on Bouye. What a great defender. In that game against Virginia, he did an excellent job defending Kihei Clark.
Well, Coach Golden talked about the fact that he accepts the challenge defensively. He always wants to guard the opposing team's best perimeter player. And he told us before tip-off he was going to guard Chris Duarte, who's averaging 15 a game. So he accepts the challenge, but he's a senior. I wouldn't expect anything less of him.
Third in the WCC in steals last year, 1.62 per game. Jamari Bouye.
Josh Kuhn basket.
Ducks leading it by 1. I got news, Eldridge. This USF team, they ain't going away.
No, they're not. They're well coached. They play with a lot of confidence. And I think beating Virginia just gave them even more confidence early in the season. They were up against Cal, Rich, for 39 and a half minutes. I mean, they completely controlled that game the entire way until the very end when they gave up a 3 that cost them the game.
Yep, Mikhail Foreman hitting the 3.
I don't know if they relaxed and thought it was over or what, but they controlled that game for over 39 minutes.
Speaking of transfers, how about Cal getting Jared Hyder eligible, the Fresno State transfer point guard. Looking for some help at point after the graduation of Paris Austin. And they'll have Hyder available now with the NCAA's blanket waiver granted. Long 3 by Figueroa. Caught out of the air. Here comes Bouye.
Figueroa just didn't have enough on that one. That one was really, really short. He had a really good look.
Bouye, he puts it up at 3 over Luke War. Lost in the rebound. They're now 2 of 10 on threes.
He can't get it going. Rich hasn't scored here yet. And averaging 18 on the season.
Put back up and in. And 1. LJ Figueroa. Foul on Josh Kuhn in his second. The Ducks taking a 21-18 lead. Amori Hardy with a nice teardrop.
Yeah, that's a great look, Rich, but that's what happens when you're averaging 20 points a game. The defense is glued on you, and Lawson finds himself down there all alone for the easiest two he's going to have in his career.
I referenced passes like that in Larry Bird. I was on YouTube this week, Eldridge, and it struck me, what is it about players named Bird who can pass? You've got Larry Bird and Sue Bird, two of the best passers of all time.
Of all time. Larry Bird, I hated Larry Bird in the Boston Celtics when I was a kid because I was a Philadelphia 76ers fan and Dr. J, and Larry Bird would give us the business every single year. What an awesome player he was. Talked a lot of smack while he was doing it, too.
Rich Burke along with Eldridge Rickasner. And speaking of smack, Eldridge, when you were at UW, you played Gary Payton in college 9 times when he was at Oregon State. And I understand you outscored him in 5 of those games?
Did I really? You've been doing your research, Rich. You're going way back. I had some good matchups against Gary. One of the greatest to ever come out of the Pac-10 back then, the Pac-12 now. But I'll tell you another guy here at Oregon, Terrell Brandley, was really a tough player that I remember playing against. And then they had another guy named Anthony Taylor, who was a really good player here at Oregon in the mid-'80s. The Pac-12 then produced a lot of good players over the years.
Another issue with the clock, I believe. Yes, they have. One of Oregon's point guards, Aaron Brooks, recently hired to the New York Knicks coaching staff.
And you mentioned Sue Bird. What a great career she's had up there with the Storm in Seattle. It's unbelievable.
Just go to YouTube and look up Sue Bird passing. It's incredible. So this is the only game in town tonight. Only game in the Pac-12. We got some on tap next couple of days. Tomorrow, Utah hosts Idaho, and then Washington State, Montana State, both at 6 o'clock. Utah game on Pac-12 Network, and then we have a triple header on Pac-12 Network on Saturday as the Ducks host the University of Portland. That'll be at noon, and then Cal against CSUN at 2 o'clock, and Stanford and Arizona at 4 o'clock as they get back to conference play. And of course, it'll be UCLA against Ohio State, 1:15 on CBS. They were supposed to play Kentucky, but CBS folks, because of COVID protocols and matching things up with the various conferences, decided that it would be UCLA taking on Ohio State, and Kentucky would play North Carolina. So they just flip-flopped the opponents.
I commend all the college programs out there that are scrambling, trying to find games. They're doing a great job of it.
Yeah. Adia Barnes, the head women's coach down in Tucson, University of Arizona, she actually, I know other coaches have done this, but I saw her, she went on Twitter saying, hey, anybody got a game? We need somebody to play. Traveling violation, no three-pointer from Reevney.
Well, Dimitri with another great look. Too bad that one's not going to count for the Dons because he had a couple earlier that couldn't go down, but he nailed that one. They've
turned it over 7 times. Duarte drives against Bouye.
Nice
just
pass.
Underneath, laid up and in by Wilson. That's what Duarte does. He creates havoc.
But you just can't take your eye off the guy, though. That time, Dimitri Reevney just took his eye completely off Eric Williams for an easy layup.
And that's not USF's game. They play on man principles. You got to stay with your guy. Yurkatan drives against Dante. And a blocking foul called against Dante. I don't know if he wasn't outside the restricted area. That's his second foul.
See, Yurkatan showing us his ball handling skills and a little sidestep dribble there for the big fella at 6'9".
Native of Estonia. His father played professional basketball in his native nation. And Tavi has international experience for Estonian youth national teams, playing in European championships and such.
You can see he has a nice looking stroke, but he just needs to give himself a little bit more of a chance with some arc on the ball, and I think his free throw percentage will go up substantially. He's pretty much shooting a line drive. It has to be perfect.
He makes them both there. So he should call you.
He should.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to him after the game.
You had a excellent free throw shooting percentage in the NBA, 89%. Among players with more than 290 games, that's 14th all time in the NBA.
I wasn't too bad at the line, Rich.
4 from beyond the arc. Here's Omoruyi beyond the arc. He drains it right on cue. Eugene Omoruyi.
Well, if he can add that to his game with the way he's able to put the ball on the floor and utilize his mid-range game, he's going to really be tough to guard come conference play.
That's their first three-pointer in 7 attempts. Reevney puts Duarte in the air. His three rattles out. He had the hand of Williams in his face. Ducks are long and athletic.
I think Reevney has a green light. What do you say, Rich?
Oh, yeah. Williams kick it back outside. Hardy drives against Reevney. Nice move with the left hand. I told you he was explosive.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Rich. That's a nice, strong move by Damari Hardy, the lefty. Not afraid to take it into the trees.
He had a drive down the angle against Florida A&M last week for a thunderous dunk. And I'm thinking, I didn't know that guy had that was part of his game.
He surprised you, huh?
Damari Hardy, the UNLV transfer. Ducks have opened up a 9-point lead. Milstead scooped to the hoop.
And speaking of nice drives, that's a really nice drive by Milstead. Took it to the left, dropped that shoulder with the easy right-hand finish. Dana Holton's not going to be too happy come the film session with his help defense.
Omoruyi fakes the three, drives it past Visser, and lays it up and in.
But, Rich, that's what happened. When you can knock down the three ball, people have to come out there and close you out hard. He was just able to put that ball on the floor, take it to the hole for easy two.
Hit the three, makes life easier for you, right?
Yes, sir. Eugene is a complete offensive player.
Taken away by Williams. Poor pass by Visser. Eric Williams all the way at the other end. Lays it up and in. That's 2 runouts he's had after steals.
I thought he was going to flush that one, Rich. That's just a nice anticipation on defense by Eric Williams, the lefty, with the easy finish in transition. But I was hoping he would turn that one over and dunk it. Because we see Eugene here. Sets the screen. Nice little pump fake. Takes it to the hole for the easy two. Eugene Omoruyi, one of the best offensive players in the Pac-12 this season.
Timeout taken by USF. And Eldridge, I said that the Dons weren't going away, but if the Ducks can play like they played the last few minutes, they might just put them away.
Well, it was a 4-point game just a few minutes ago, and now it's 11. You're right, but I think they're going to come back and fight. Their backcourt hasn't really gotten involved in this game yet.
Jamari Bouye has yet to score. Shabazz has 2.
Yeah.
They've only shot it 3 times combined.
You know what's interesting, Rich, is they aren't shot hunters. You know, they play the right way. They take the shots when they're there. You know, but I would expect that at halftime, coach is going to say, hey, Bouye, you've got to be a little bit more aggressive. We need your scoring if we're going to win this game.
And what we saw early on from them is what we expected. Some drives and some kicks, and we haven't seen that recently. Terry gets a hand in there, freshman who's a very good defender.
Yeah, that's really good defense. He's pesky out there, you can see.
You don't see freshmen coming into college basketball with a defensive mindset very often. Chris Wayne's 3 doesn't go. Duarte high in the air to rip it down.
That's another good look for San Francisco, though. And this is just too easy right here for Eugene.
Blocked by Yurkatan. Omoruyi.
Yurkatan said, get that stuff out of here, Pac-12 Player of the Week. How about that?
Omoruyi had that on a couple weeks ago.
That's good defense by Yurkatan.
Whistled him for a
I
second
think Coach
foul.
Golden to take that foul.
Yep. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Ducks now leading it by 11. Eugene Omoruyi, a couple weeks ago, Pac-12 Player of the Week, the leading scorer in the conference, 19.6 points a game. He's got
Tums versus Mozzarella.
4 points, 3 rebounds so far. St. John's University transfer.
Yeah, maybe these free throws will get Khalil Shabazz going. I had a chance to talk to Jamal Crawford about him and one of his high school coaches, Harold Wright. And he said he just was a super competitive kid that just happened to be playing with some guys that went on to be NBA players after 1 year, and Kevin Porter and DeJounte Murray. But he was really high on Khalil Shabazz.
Helped Rainier beat to 4 state title game appearances. They won it when Shabazz was a freshman and a junior. Duarte really shifty. Takes it in, hangs in the air.
Great defense.
And a traveling violation. Came down with it. Good defense by Samba Kane.
I'll tell you, that's the difference right there, Rich. When you can keep your hands up high and you don't reach down, it just makes it a lot tougher. And then you don't bail out the player with the refs see you reaching down. That just was a great defensive effort that time.
Went straight up that vertical cylinder.
Yes, sir.
Shabazz for 3. He needs it, doesn't get it. Rebound put back up and in by Richlane.
And that's a good shot. Created that offensive rebound for Richlane.
Julian Richlane, the Boston College transfer. Hardy hassled from behind by Bouye. Hardy takes it in deep, kick it back outside.
Yeah, that was a lot of dribbling by Damari Hardy.
Figueroa from Omoruyi, floater, doesn't go, puts it back up, second opportunity. Figueroa reloads and gets the bucket.
Rich, I think he was just super surprised. He was so wide open because nobody came out to get him. He was wide open sitting there in the middle of the lane. I think it threw him off a little bit. Oh, there's that full court pressure.
Foul called against Richlane.
Yeah, Oregon's trap is paying off here in these last few minutes of the first half. We see Figueroa here. I just think he was like, wow, I'm too wide open. He was able to recover and put it back in.
Nice job following his shot.
That's one thing the coaches always tell you when you're a little kid, follow your shot, follow your shot.
It's tough to do, though, because you expect to make them. Why do I need to do that? I'm going to make it. Gino Maruyi, one of the players in that Canadian pipeline to come to the Ducks. He's from Rexdale, Ontario.
You know, Rich, sometimes you see guys that transfer and they just don't look right in the uniform. I guess I never saw him play at Rutgers, but boy, I tell you, he just looks so comfortable. It looked like he's been here for 4 years. I mean, he just looks like an Oregon Duck out there rocking that number 2. He's off to a great start.
It helped that he redshirted last year, got to practice with the team the entire year. And there were times when he and Eric Williams were the 2 best players in the gym.
Yeah, great point.
Shabazz, no look. Samba Kane puts Omoruyi in the air, draws the foul, and gets the bucket.
Well, Samba Kane got lucky because I didn't think the dribble was necessary. I thought he should have just caught that one and went up and dunked it, but he got bailed out with the and one. Dana Altman's not happy about it. But as we see it here, I didn't think the dribble was necessary. Well, I can see why Dana's a little bit upset. It doesn't look like Eugene Omoruyi even touched him.
Samba Kane to the free throw line. Dana Altman talking with D.G. Nelson. Samba Kane from Dakar, Senegal. His favorite player, by the way, your former teammate, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite player. The Dream was a bad boy, Rich. He was a bad boy.
First African-born player to play in the NBA.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah. 13 African-born players in the NBA.
Asked me to play in one-on-one one day after practice, Rich, and the first thing I thought to myself is, I can't guard you in the post. He was like, nah, we'll play from the perimeter. And I said, what? And he had handles and a jumper.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Williams three-pointer doesn't go. Richlane with the rebound.
He would fit in right. He would fit in great today with the bigs being able to step out onto the perimeter and shoot threes. Olajuwon could do that even back in the 90s. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Williams with the weak side rebound after the Richlane miss.
Richlane had a little bit more time. He looked like he rushed that shot a little bit, Rich. He didn't even really have his feet underneath it.
Duarte.
Like that right there.
Cans a 3.
Yak for Chris Duarte.
Yak 'em, baby. I haven't heard that yet this
year. The first
year.
one of the year, Rich. The first one of the year, baby. I've been waiting.
Timeout taken by USF. A 13-point Ducks lead.
This is a beautiful find by Damari Hardy. Chris Duarte, he knows what to do with it. 3-ball corner pocket. Oregon is getting some separation here now.
Chris Duarte now has 5 points. Eugene Omoruyi leading things with 10. Hey, coming up on the Pac-12 halftime report, Ashley Adamson and Yogi Roth will break down the Ducks 2021 football recruiting class, rated the best in the conference and the best the Ducks have ever had. 20 players signing on the first day of the signing period yesterday. It includes top 100 recruits, quarterback Ty Thompson, and offensive lineman Jamari Bouye, and he's got his first bucket.
Well, that's what he's capable of doing, Richard. He's going to have to do more of that in the second half if San Francisco is going to win this game, because he's been a little bit too unselfish for me, trying to let the game come to him. He needs to force the issue a little bit.
USF breaking into a zone. They don't do this very often. Duarte, they get the ball to the middle of that zone. Fall away. Won't go, tipped in the air by Williams. It went over the backboard.
Rich, I'm telling you, against Washington, Oregon just couldn't consistently make that 12 to 15-foot shot in the paint. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but guys just can't make it. I don't know why they're so uncomfortable with it, but...
Well, that's why teams want to force you into that shot. They don't want you to make a three. They don't want you to make a shot at the rim. They want you that contested two.
But I was always, you know, the closer you were to the basket, the higher the percentage of the shot. But that seemed to work for that 12 to 15-footer against the zone.
Here it is again. Here's Hardy for three. Duarte with the save. Here comes Damari all the way. Goes in the air, and there's a foul called.
He should have threw that one up at the basket. This is a telling change right here, Rich, because we talked to Coach Golden, you know, earlier this afternoon. He said, I'm a man-to-man team, but he see that man-to-man isn't working. And finally, he goes to the 2-3 zone. Like I said, again, I thought Washington gave Oregon some problems with that rhythm-wise in their conference game.
Aaron Estrada making his Ducks debut, committed the foul. Last year, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year at St. Peter's University. He's a true sophomore from Woodbury, New Jersey. Went to St. Benedict's Prep in Newark. One more coming from Milstead. Let's see if they get Estrada involved in the offense here. There he is.
Some full court pressure back to his own.
Again, not much zone utilized typically by USF. Let's talk with Todd Golden about it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. He said, no, we're almost exclusively man. Figure off the three doesn't go. And that's it.
It's a good look, though, Rich. Nice execution by Oregon. Got the shot they wanted. Just wasn't able to knock it down for Figueroa. But the Ducks up 10 here headed to halftime.
Both teams cold from the perimeter. San Francisco 2 of 14, the Ducks 2 of 11. But the Ducks have a 10-point
He's laying it in, but he's playing great defense, getting some turnovers off their press, and it's resulted in easy layups for Eric Williams.
Tavi Yurkatam, the Estonian for USF, leads all scores with 13.
I don't think Oregon was prepared for what he's done here in the first half. I'm pretty sure they'll make some adjustments because he's off to a great start at 6'9". He can shoot the three ball. He can score in the paint. Good job for him.
Yeah, better shooter from the perimeter than he is the free throw line.
His free throw shot is really flat, Rich. That's something I think he needs to work on. Getting a little arc on it, I think it improved big time.
Both teams hoping to improve three-point shooting as USF just 2 for 14 and the Ducks 2 for 11. Ducks lead by 10. Second half coming up from Matthew Knight Arena. Bouye for USF, who averages 18.4 a game. He had just 2 points in the first half. Shot it just 3 times. I'll be looking for more from him in the second half.
Yeah, if San Francisco is going to win this game, Jamaree Bouye has to get it going. He's being a little bit too unselfish to me, Rich. I like the fact that he's trying to let the game come to him, but his team needs him to score. Down 10 here to start the second half.
This game was a late addition after USF's game at USC was canceled. USC with a COVID issue within the program. Dante underneath finding Omaru. Good defense there by Reevney. And here comes USF.
Interesting, USF starts this second half in the 2-3 zone, Rich. Coach Golden told us they're a man-to-man team, but maybe they realize the zone is going to be better for them.
I felt like I was talking to Steve Alford when he was saying, oh, we only play man. Wait a minute. He said he did have the zone in the hip pocket if they needed. 5 to shoot. Bouye goes to work. Kick it back outside to beat the clock. Won't go for Coonan. Here come the Ducks.
Yeah, that was a beautiful crab dribble by Bouye to get free and kick that ball out to Coonan, who missed the 3.
Folly Dante just underneath. Williams won't go. Williams coming out with his own rebound, putting it up, and draws the foul.
He's a strong player.
That's a hard-fought set of free throws earned by Eric Williams.
It is.
Second foul on Dimitri Reevney.
Yeah, nice pass by the big fella. It's not often you see your big guy able to make a nice dish like that. And Eric Williams just stayed with that play. Like you said, he's going to earn these 2 the hard way.
75% at the line. 1 of 2 in this game. Ducks have won 24 straight games at Matthew Knight Arena. That's the second longest home winning streak in school history, and tied for the sixth longest active home winning streak in the nation. They now lead by a dozen. Putting on some backward pressure against San Francisco.
Yeah, that pressure bothered San Francisco in the first half, taking them out of rhythm.
Yeah, it didn't cause any turnovers. Maybe one, but it was more just to keep them from getting into their offense.
Yeah, they used a lot of shot clock.
Reedney against Duarte. With 6. Boyer to Shabazz. Puts it up over Omoruyi. Rebound Duarte.
This is too easy, Rich. You can't be content to play behind a guy that's 3 feet from the basket. I just don't like what I'm seeing for Yucatan defensively. And then finally, Dante is limping again.
I think he had a knee issue in the first half. He's going to come out, and Chandler Lawson will come in.
And here he is in the paint. Can't really see what happened there, Rich. Went down on the floor for the loose ball.
Well, we hope N'Faly Dante is okay. Ducks need his presence inside. Reedney's 3. Part of the rebound.
Another good look for Reedney. Just can't hit him.
He's 1 of 6 from the field, all from beyond the arc. Williams takes the ball, dotted line, or where it would be if there was one, and hits.
He's got a nice touch, Rich. You know, in his mid-range game, you don't see that too much anymore, but he has a beautiful touch.
Kick out. Here's Shabazz over Lawson. Duarte, another rebound, his 3rd.
It's a good look by Khalil. San Francisco's going to need some of those to go down, as they're down 14 here.
Duarte kick it back outside. Lawson tees up an open 3. Drains it. Chandler Lawson's first 3.
He got his feet set and got his shoulder square to the basket, and that bad boy looked good as soon as he left his hand.
Oh, it did.
I got to give him a yakum on that one, Rich.
Give it to him, Eldridge. He hit 1 3 his only attempt last year. He's 2 of 5 this year. Chandler Lawson, the sophomore from Memphis. Williams getting a hand in there. Reedney came back up with it. 12 on the timer as Bouye goes to work.
That's good defense. Lawson stayed on the ground.
Reedney, 3.
He heaves another one.
Yeah, he had more time than he thought he did, I think. There was still 4 seconds left on the timer.
Well, San Francisco has to be careful, Rich. This is going to slip away from him here.
You know, that 2-3 zone, perhaps after watching film of what happened up at UW.
Rich, I'm telling you, man, that 12 to 15-foot shot in the lane is like kryptonite to these players today. They just can't seem to knock it down consistently.
And so what?
I just don't think they work on it anymore.
It's a matter of practice.
And I think that's something that Jim Boeheim knew for a long time.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, but they're not practicing that one.
Duarte.
That's either 3 or that right there, all the way to the basket.
Shabazz all the way to the basket himself, high off the glass. And the follow by Reedney doesn't go. Coonan came down with it, but then lost it. And we got a foul called.
I think it's a frustration foul by Khalil Shabazz right there.
Shabazz with his 2nd foul. And 15:50 to go. The Ducks leading it by 17 over USF.
And Eric Williams with the
50 to go. Big news coming up as the Ducks yesterday had a signing day for football and signed 20 players. And it's the highest rated signing class in Oregon football history. Ty Thompson, a QB from Arizona. Kingsley Suamataya, offensive lineman. And the Ducks announcing today that Mario Cristobal's contract had been extended through 2025. And, of course, tomorrow night they will play in the Pac-12 championship game against USC, 5 o'clock. Our friends at Fox will have that one. Williams in deep for 2 players. And we got a blocking violation called against USF. And that's against Dimitri Rivni, his 3rd.
Eric Williams takes the ball to the basket really strong, left or right-handed. And like I said, he's one of the few guys in today's college game that seems to have a pull-up jump shot from the mid-range, and it's really benefiting him.
Redshirted last year after his transfer from Duquesne. Hoped to get a waiver last season, but didn't. And that means the good news is Dana Altman will have him this year and next.
Yeah.
And presumably a year after that. I mean, everybody granted an extra year of eligibility beyond this. This is a free year right here.
I'm not sure how they're going to figure that out, Rich. It's going to be really crowded on some of these rosters.
Players will be stacking up.
Yeah.
Tam had 13 in the first half. Milstead shot short.
That was a great closeout by Lawson. He didn't give up on that play.
Williams hangs in the air, doesn't get Omoruyi fighting hard, and was on the baseline as he caught it. Back to USF.
Number 5, Julian Richway, back in. Good on.
Right foot there. Pressure hard on the backcourt by the Ducks.
And Oregon staying consistent with their full court pressure, and it's really benefited them here tonight.
Williams defending Milstead. Rishwain's 3.
And
They get the roll.
They did everything right in that horn set, Rich, but knocked down the shot. Great job of coming off the screen, forcing the help. Wide open jumper, just couldn't hit it.
Omoruyi backing down.
Too easy, one-on-one, that's just too easy. You got to send some help. Guy averaging 20 points a game. It's a beautiful step through, up and under move.
Yeah. Tough to defend. Broad shoulders like that.
He's just an experienced player in his senior year. He knows how to score the basketball. There is no doubt about that. Bouye just can't get anything going.
Hangs in the air.
As I say that, there he is.
On cue.
That's the type of plays he's capable of making, Richmond. With 14 minutes left to play, he's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive offensively. And here we go, one-on-one. Just up and under, just too easy for Eugene.
Gino Omoruyi now with 12 points. Demari Bouye to the free throw line, trying to convert the three-point play after the foul by L.J. Figueroa. Figueroa is second. And Bouye hits it.
He's the guy, Rich. He's a senior on this team. He's their leader. He's got to put him on his back right now and see if he can make something happen.
Drives it past Milstead off the glass. Nice scoop to the hoop by Amari Hardy.
Amari Hardy strong, but once again, that's just too easy. Guy catches the ball in the lane, squares his guy up in 1 or 2 dribbles. He's laying it in. Gotta have some help.
Wild pass by Milstead, thrown out of bounds, and that is the 10th turnover on San Francisco.
Oregon's full court pressure has bothered San Francisco all game. Like you said, hasn't forced a lot of turnovers. That was probably the most glaring one right there. But San Francisco just can't find any kind of offensive rhythm at all. It's keeping them off balance.
There's L.J. Figueroa against Yucatan. 6 to shoot. Williams goes to work in deep, and before the shot, we got a foul called against Julian Rishwain, his second.
That was a good defensive possession by San Francisco for most of the shot clock. Just bailed him out there at the end. But they've gone back to their man-to-man defense, Richard. The zone didn't really help them as they're down 20.
There's
There's a fourth team foul on USF in the second half. Omoruyi kick it back outside. Figueroa for three. Ducks it out. 3 of 12 from three-point range.
They really haven't needed the three ball here tonight.
Milstead's three doesn't go. And on the rebound, we got a foul called against Omoruyi. His third.
He's not complaining about it. So he must be guilty, Rich, because it's not often you see a guy get a call against him. They don't say, what? He didn't say anything, so I'm assuming he's guilty.
You never committed the foul in your NBA career.
Nobody ever did.
Williams and Hardy out for the Ducks. They're in Duarte in. Terry, the freshman, guarding Milstead. Milstead cuts into the lane, as does Bouye, backing down Duarte. Yurkatan with 5 on the timer. Kick it out to Rishwain. He knocks down a 3.
He's got a nice-looking shot, Rich.
That's his first make in 6 attempts.
Yeah, it's nice to see he hasn't lost his confidence. He's still putting it up there. That's the only way you can make it if you keep shooting it.
If you're a shooter, you got to shoot.
You got to shoot, yep. This is too easy right here if they don't send any help.
And there you go.
It's just, in the words of Shaq, barbecue chicken down there for Eugene Omoruyi. It just is, Rich. I hate to keep saying the same thing, but Yurkatan's playing behind him, which this isn't a smart decision. You have to either fight the three-quarter or front, because this is all day. I mean, he's averaging 20 points a game for a reason. He can play.
We got 14 now. Go to the free throw line.
You want to see some help come from somewhere. You know, once he puts that ball on the floor, some guards on the perimeter need to be digging down in there, because he knows nothing's coming. He's just taking his time, and he's going to work.
Gino Omoruyi, prep school teammate of Jamal Murray and Thon Maker.
How about that?
Wow, that's a good team right there.
Yes, it is.
He began playing basketball in 10th grade. Omoruyi previously focused on soccer.
That's the reason his footwork is so good down there in the paint.
Comes out to pick up Shabazz. Kunin drives it in. What they do, they drive and kick. Hadn't worked so much tonight. Milstead's floater doesn't go, and Duarte comes down with his 4th rebound. Omoruyi being fronted by the much smaller Shabazz.
But you see the difference. Shabazz is working hard, making it tough for him, and they can't get the ball to him. Whereas San Francisco bigs are content to play behind.
There's a good point, Eldridge. That fronting defense was the difference in getting the ball inside that time and not.
Yeah, here we go, Rich. The big fella Lawson gets his feet set, his shoulders squared, and yak him.
Be on Pac-12 Network, or you can download and stream live on Pac-12 Now.
Ducks against USC. 5 o'clock on Fox, and then afterwards Pac-12 After Dark on Pac-12 Network. Of course, USC, like the Ducks, good recruiting class. I saw USC got a lyrically named quarterback named Jackson Dart. Top 100 guy.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I can't wait to watch it.
USF just has not been able to penetrate much against the Ducks defense.
No,
they kick it out like they like to do.
And that young man right there has had some good looks. He just hasn't been able to knock him down. That's another one.
1 of 7 from 3 for Julian Rishwain. LA native.
There's a saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. And today the Dons are dying by the 3.
Figueroa finds Lawson. Turn around over Kane, doesn't go. And rebound, we got the held ball.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty quick tie-up call.
And timeout on the floor with 11:03 to go. And the Ducks leading it by 19. Ducks looking to improve to 5-1, and they have a 19-point lead.
Students of color typically
$11:03 to go here in regulation. The Ducks will play at home on Saturday at noon against Portland, and then against UCLA as they get back to conference play on Wednesday at noon. That'll be on ESPN2. Final game before Christmas. And here they are leading a pretty good USF team by 19. San Francisco just 3 of 25 on three-pointers. They've made at least 10 in 7 consecutive games. And Shabazz canning a 3 on cue. That's their 4th.
Yeah, with 10:45 left, they need a lot of those to go down to get back in this one.
And they'll need some stops.
Yes, sir. They're back in their man-to-man. They've been mixing it up man and zone.
Figueroa hands it off to Duarte. 10 to shoot. Duarte in deep, spins around against Coonan and puts it in. Nice move, Chris Duarte.
That's beautiful footwork and patience by Chris Duarte. No more for a three-point shot. Put that one on the floor, stopped on a dime. Knocked it down.
That's really patient, that half-court offensive set. They just, they tried to drive, it didn't work. Take it back outside, do it again.
Yeah, that's a great point, Rich. Sometimes patience is a virtue, and it was on that possession.
John Wooden say, be quick, but don't hurry.
Williams coming down with it. He was on the baseline.
Will Shabazz with a heat check there, but didn't draw iron on that one. You know, the three-point shot's not going to go in for you every night, Rich, and it's always nice to be able to say, hey, you know what, the three ball isn't falling. I'm going to try to put this thing on the floor, create something going to the basket, at least maybe draw a foul. But
4 to shoot. Milstead floats it up off the glass and gets the roll.
That's a nice little run in the lane by Milstead.
He's got 7 points. No sign of N'Faly Dante since he went down with an apparent leg injury earlier in this half. Hardy knocked to the floor. And that foul is against Shabazz, his third. Damari Milstead with a nice bucket here.
Yeah, we see him with the shot clock running down, a little runner in the lane. Beautiful off the glass. You talked about Dante not coming back in. I'm not sure what happened.
We hope it's precautionary and that he's okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Ducks going to get a boost with Frank Kepnang. 6'11" guy enrolled now, expected to be here next year. A nice little spin move by Eugene Omoruyi.
Well, if you don't send help, Eugene's just going to have his way, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's just too easy for him one-on-one down there. He's got too much experience with scoring the basketball in a one-on-one situation.
Talk about Kepnang, the 6'11" center from Westtown School, Norristown, Pennsylvania. Shabazz hangs in the air and floats one home.
What a tough shot, Rich. He made that look easy, but that was a tough shot, falling to his left.
Look for Hardy to Omoruyi. Duarte, kick it back out. Omoruyi wide open. Out of bounds to USF.
Yeah, that was a good look for Eugene. He got his feet set, got a good look at it, just couldn't hit it. As you see, Milstad's going to come out, and Jamari Bouye is back in. Haven't had a chance to see him do his thing like he did against Cal the other night. Oregon's done a good job of keeping him under control.
Bouye averaging 18.5 points a game. Doesn't go for Shabazz, and Figueroa taps the rebound to himself. There's Figueroa open for 3. It's a dish from Duarte. Tip back up and in by Williams. Oh, he got some elevation.
What a beautiful tip in by Eric Williams Jr. with the right hand for the lefty. He hung in the air on that one, Rich. That was absolutely gorgeous.
Coonan turns it over. 3-on-2 for the Ducks. Duarte turns it over.
Yeah, Chris wanted to throw that ball to Figueroa, but he didn't realize Khalil Shabazz is right there, so he traveled with it. But boy, if we can see that tip in again, that was just absolutely gorgeous by Eric Williams hanging in the air. Tip that bad boy in with his right hand. He's an athlete, Rich.
Yes, he is. Eric Williams Jr. from Port Huron, Michigan. 3 years ago as a freshman with Duquesne, he made 9 threes in one game, the school record. He was on the Atlantic 10 all-rookie team.
Yeah, he hit a big one against Washington the other night. Big time 3 from the corner with just about a minute to play. That's great defense by Oregon, just making it tough for San Francisco to get any kind of good looks. As you see there, a forced up shot by Milstad, who's back in.
It's the kind of shots you want him to put up. Omoruyi, here he is again.
Yeah, no help, no help.
Backing down Yurkatam. Jump hook doesn't go that time. Yurkatam dribbling it past Omoruyi. A little scoop to the hoop and puts it in.
The big fella can handle the rock a little bit, Rich. Shoot the 3 ball. You just got to learn how to fight around on the post on defense. And he's going to be a nice player.
6'9", Kabi Yurkatam. Well, let's see if he tries to front Omoruyi here. Omoruyi now out at the high post as Williams takes it into the lane. Puts it up over Yurkatam.
He said if nobody's going to guard me, I might as well shoot it.
7:01 to go, and the Ducks leading at 62-46.
Figueroa with the jumper, and I mean, Eric Williams is beautiful. Hangs in the air and taps that bad boy in with his right hand.
you're a San Francisco fan after that play by Williams.
You're saying Coach Golden needs the Tums after that one? That'll upset your stomach right there.
Watch the air he gets.
Yeah, he hung in the air big time. Eric Williams, a big-time athlete. Left-handed, Rich. That was a right-handed tip-in that he made look easy.
Came in averaging 14 and 7.5. A couple of years ago at Duquesne, those were his exact numbers.
He's had a really nice game. Even keel, doesn't show a lot of emotion, just goes out there and competes.
Can play any position. Excellent defender.
Yeah, they've got him at the top of that press.
You're going to play for Dana Altman. You must be able to defend.
Got to bend your knees, baby.
Bend your knees. Chris Duarte drives against Yurkatan, hangs in the air. Lead me the board.
That was good defense by Yurkatan. Made a tough shot for Chris. Oh!
Duarte with the steal. Team's leader in steals at 2 per game. He lays it up and in.
Yeah, that was a lazy pass by Jamari Bouye. He telegraphed that bad boy.
He was 4th in the Pac-12 last year, 1.7 per game. Chris Duarte.
Oregon hadn't let up, Rich. They're keeping the pressure on. Overplaying the passing lanes, being really aggressive.
Yeah, Altman won't let him let up. Milstead puts it up over Duarte and drains it. Duarte had to give him some space because Milstead capable of driving.
Milstead did a nice job off the bench for San Francisco here tonight.
For second leading scorer with 10 points.
Yep.
It was his first 3. Here's Omoruyi. You can see that Yurkatan was trying to front him. Hardy's 3 didn't go.
He did, Rich. Maybe he heard me, huh?
Well, there's nobody here. He's capable of hearing you. No fans in the building. I don't know what these guys can hear.
Oh, man. That was hilarious.
Sometimes at free throws, I feel like we're talking like golf announcers.
We got to be quiet. We got to lower our voice a little bit. Yeah, Chris Duarte here. Just beautiful anticipation of a gorgeous finish. Milstead said, here you go. We haven't knocked down a lot of it. We're going to hit that one. Huh?
Bouye, says Bouye. His first 3. He's got 8. Jamari Bouye averaging 18.5 a game.
Well, it's only 12, Rich, with 5.5 to play. It ain't over yet. San Francisco needs to get a stop here, though.
Omoruyi drives against Reedney, right past him in deep. And right up against the back of the backboard. They say last touch by Reedney.
Well, Reedney got lucky to get a hand on that one very, very late because he was absolutely beat off the dribble. I think Eugene Omoruyi relaxed a little bit, thought he had an easy layup.
13 in the timer for the Ducks.
It's a big possession for San Francisco here. If they can get a stop, they can cut this thing at 10.
Omoruyi with 2 on the timer.
Yeah, he got his feet set, Rich. Looked like a practice shot right there. He's excited about it, you can see. Yeah, the big fella does most of his damage down in the paint, but they left him wide open. Got his feet set and yak him. Eugene Omoruyi.
Second 3-pointer is 8th of the year. And Eldridge, I asked you during our last break, and I've worked, I don't know, 3 dozen games with you over the years, and I've heard you say yak 'em when somebody hits a 3 all the time, and I ask you, okay, I've heard that for years, I love it, but where does it come from?
My days with the Yakima Sun Kings in the league called the CBA. Every time we would hit a 3, we would say yak 'em because of Yakima, and that's where I got that term from back in the early 90s over in Yakima, Washington. Yep.
Omoruyi would be saying yak 'em if he knew the story, and he hits his second 3.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking player, Rich. What a great pickup for Oregon and Dana Altman. This got a guy that fits right into his system, and you made a great point off there. Just having that year to redshirt and practice with the team and learn the system, I think, has paid huge dividends for him.
A couple of years ago, as honorable mention, all Big Ten for Rutgers. Started 26 games, led the team in points and rebounds with 14 and 7. Reedney puts it up over Figueroa and knocks it down. San Francisco's starting to heat up a little bit from three-point range. They were 3 for 25. They've hit 4 of their last 7.
They're still only down 12, Rich. They're still in this game. They got to get a stop here, but they're not going to stop shooting the threes, like you said. They're going to live and die by the 3. That's just it. But look at the difference between the small guys for San Francisco and the big. The smaller guys are trying to front the guys down in the post. Good defense. Oh.
Not sure that was a foul.
Yeah, I don't blame San Francisco for being upset about that one.
Jamari Bouye is second.
Number 7.
17th foul here in the second half. Garrett Williams to the free throw line for 2 shots.
He has a nice touch on his free throw too, Rich. He gets up there, takes his time, and knocks him down. 16 points on the night. But just as I say that, I jinx him. He missed the next one.
No
Always happens that way.
No. No
Yes,
such thing.
it is. Oh, yeah.
Nobody ever talks about when you say something and they go ahead and make it. Foul called. Offensive foul against USF away from the ball. That's Damari Milstead. That was after the pass.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to leave your feet on the pass like that. With Eugene Amaruyi with some brownie points for Coach Dana Altman. Anytime you take a charge, coaches just absolutely love it. I hated taking charges. Oh, boy, did I hate it.
I bet you loved getting in Lenny Wilkins' good graces, right?
Well, you definitely wasn't taking no charge in the NBA, though, because the guy would just flat out put you on the poster, Rich. I was talking more about college.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. I remember one time we were playing at Kansas, Danny Manning, 1987. He was coming down on the break. I said, do I want to take this charge if you're on this poster, or do I want to get out of the way? So I backed up out of the way, and boy, did I get in trouble after that. But I was not taking a charge on the 6'11 guy.
Coach, you get out here and take that charge.
That's exactly what I said. Yep.
Duarte against Bouye. Hardy, kick it back outside. Omoruyi for 3. Rebound, Jamari Bouye.
It's a big possession right here. Let's see if San Francisco can get a bucket.
Within 13, Reevney to get it to 10.
Yeah, Reevney with the heave-knee. He just is not hesitating to launch those threes.
And a foul on Josh Coonan, his 3rd on the rebound. The Ducks will have it when we get back with 3:44 to go, leading it by 13. Pac-12 men's basketball is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. And brought to you by Wendy's. You can now get a Baconator any time of the day with the Breakfast Baconator. Ducks leading it by 14 now after Amori Hardy hits the free throw. San Francisco almost beat Cal over the weekend down at Haas Pavilion. They led the entire game until Mikhail Foreman hit a three-pointer to win by 2. as the final horn sounded. And the backcourt combination of Bouye and Shabazz scored 45 points in the game. 24 by Bouye, 21 for Shabazz. The combination has just 17 in this game. Here's Bouye in the spin cycle, getting it past Figueroa. Hangs in the air. Won't go. Richwain puts it back up. Draws the foul.
Well, that was the type of plays right there that you just saw about Bouye. It didn't go in, but that's the type of plays he was making against Cal. And what I thought I would see here tonight, like you said, their backcourt was dynamic against Cal, but tonight, Oregon just completely taking them out of the ball game. Bouye with 8, and Khalil Shabazz with only 9.
Yeah, if he hits one, though, you got to be careful, and certainly don't mock him. In AAU ball, Bouye airballed a 3 in his first shot of the game, and the opposing team laughed at him. He scored the next 17 points of the game.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. He's that type of competitor. I think he's going to be a problem in the WCC. There's no doubt about that.
Ducks lead by 13. They have led by as many as 21.
And San Francisco with a little bit of pressure of their own.
Ducks at this point happy to use some clock. Lob inside intended for Williams to Omoruyi. We saw the connection going the other way in the first half. A great entry pass by Omoruyi. This time they failed to connect.
But you see the difference, Rich. The smaller guys, that time that was Khalil Shabazz on Eugene Omoruyi down there, and he was fronting and made that pass difficult, whereas the big fella, Yucatan, is content to play behind. You just can't do that against a really good player in the post.
Bouye kick it back outside. Reevney hits the 3, and that's what they do. They drive and kick.
It's a 10-point game, Rich. This bad boy still isn't over. Uh-oh.
Hardy turns it over. Bouye drives against him.
Oh, good defense by Amari.
And a good no call.
Hardy, yeah. That was great defense.
After turning it over, Williams hooks it to Omoruyi and turns it over. The Ducks consecutive turnovers. That's 9 for the game.
But San Francisco just has to be patient and get a good shot right here. Just as I say that, Demetri Eaton steps out of bounds.
That is the 14th turnover on the Dons.
Yeah, Reevney was just a little bit too excited. He wanted to get that bad boy off. Bad, as you can see. His face, he's disappointed. They haven't quit, Rich. I'll tell you that. This San Francisco team hasn't quit. They're still competing out there.
Yeah, they're well coached. They've got some veteran leadership in the backcourt. Duarte turns it over. That's 3 turnovers in the last minute or so for the Ducks. At the other end, Shabazz put it up and in. And it's an 8-point game.
Well, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Oregon can't afford to relax thinking this game is over.
Dana Altman calls timeouts.
Just a great steal right there. Nice pass by Bouye in transition. For Khalil Shabazz, the left-hand finisher. Rich, we both know the way they shoot threes. You can't relax right here because they can get lucky and hit a couple. All of a sudden, this game is a lot closer.
The Dons will take on Grand Canyon University in Las Vegas on Sunday, and then they open WCC play New Year's Eve at home against the University of San Diego, and then they go up to the Kennel to take on Gonzaga, the #1 team in the country. They got 54 of a possible 62 first-place votes in the latest AP poll. Gonzaga did. And, of course, on Pac-12 Network, tomorrow, Idaho at Utah at 6 o'clock. Utah beat Utah Valley University yesterday, 75-67. Utah Valley was scoreless, the final 3:21 of that game. Oregon Ducks looking for their 25th consecutive win here at Matthew Knight Arena. It is time for the 6th longest streak in the nation active. And 3 of their 5 longest home winning streaks have come under Dana Altman.
Dana Altman's just done an outstanding job. I can't say that enough.
And credit the Ducks fans as well, because they make this a difficult atmosphere for teams to come into, and we are very much looking forward to having fans back in the stands ASAP.
Yes, sir. I agree with you 100% on that one.
In the meantime, you can represent yourself in paper.
Meaning you got to pay to do that? That's what you mean by in paper? Or?
Oh no, it's made it's cardboard. That's paper, right? Here's Duarte. Weak side rebound Figueroa. Ducks have the weak side boards loaded up. Turnover. Here comes Shabazz. He gets fouled by Duarte. Duarte's first foul. And that's the third foul on the Ducks. In fact, number 4.
14.
So San Francisco can cut it to 6 or even 5 this trip down the floor.
I'm imagining it's going to be a 3, Rich. Not sure what they're looking at here, but
one of the officials, D.G. Nelson, goes over to the table. Officials haven't said what they're looking at yet. When we find out, we will certainly pass it along to you. In the meantime, the Ducks are going to take some time to talk about things as San Francisco indeed has not gone away, trailing it by just 8. With a minute 39 to go, the Ducks led by as many as 21 and 52 to 31.
Yeah, the Dons are a scrappy team. They haven't quit.
31-18 run now for USF.
They've been down big most of the second half, and it wouldn't have surprised me if they had packed it in, but they haven't. And this is a huge possession right here with 139 left to play. If they can get a score here, especially a 3, which is what they like to do, they can cut this lead to 5.
You see that right there? You can follow the Pac-12 wherever you go with the Pac-12 Now app. Download today and set alerts for your favorite Pac-12 teams. Make sure you never miss a moment of the action. Rich Burke along with former Husky Eldridge Ricasno, who has the Huskies set as his favorite team on his Pac-12 Now app. In deep, Jamari Bouye gets the roll. He's got 10.
He can dance with the rock, Rich. I'm surprised he wasn't more aggressive here tonight. But he can flat out dance with the basketball and score. This is a huge possession right here for Oregon.
6-point game. 90 ticks left.
It looked like the Ducks are content to try to run as much time off the clock as possible. They don't want to get stuck with it, though.
They got to keep playing, though.
Yeah, that was a good trap.
Timeout taken by Hardy and the Ducks. And Todd Golden claiming that Hardy had stepped on the sideline, I believe.
Well, one thing I know about guys from Rainier Beach, they're scrappy. You can see Khalid Shabazz. He's not going to back away from any kind of confrontation, that's for sure. He's a feisty little guy. 6-point game, Rich, with 1:10 left.
The Ducks all-time here at Matthew Knight Arena in non-conference play are 85-4. 955 winning percentage with losses to Virginia, Ole Miss, Boise State, and Texas Southern. Triple header coming up on Pac-12 Network on Saturday along Jamal Baker, the Wildcats Pac-12 Player of the Week, averaged 20 points and 3 wins last week. All right, here go the Ducks, leading it by just 6. Omoruyi, who's been their best, double team Duarte.
Oh, get it out of here.
Reevney in the air, and we got a foul called against Dimitri Reevney.
Yeah, I don't think that was on Yurkatan up top.
But he got high in the air.
He did. He's long. He's a nice-looking player. We take a look here as Duarte cuts to the basket. Yeah, that was the body on Dimitri Reevney. Brushed up against him. Chris Duarte is an 85% free throw shooter, I believe.
11 of 13 at the line.
Yeah, so these should be money for him.
Duarte from Puerto Plata, in the Dominican Republic, went to high school in Troy, New York, the Northwest Florida State Junior College. You see, Eldridge, what I'm talking about? He hits them both, and nobody talks about when somebody mentions how good he is at free throws. There was no broadcaster's jinx there.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the league. That's the reason he's on the floor here late.
8-point Ducks lead.
8-point game.
Under a minute.
Will they hunt a three or just take a quick two? Look like they're going for the quick two. Oh, too much on it for Khalil Shabazz. Nice move.
When do they start fouling?
Yeah, I think they're letting too much time go off the clock.
Ducks doing a good job of keep away.
Yes, they are. They're doing a great job of keep away.
Here's Duarte with 7 on the timer. Now Figueroa floats one up and got
Can't
the
do it
bucket.
any better than that, Rich. That's just absolute excellent job by the Oregon Ducks of keeping the ball away from San Francisco and finish it off.
Surprised there were no fouls?
I was very surprised.
Shabazz 3 doesn't go.
It makes no sense to foul here.
Duarte
Bad
getting the
boy
ball
over.
to Figueroa. Then the Ducks are going to get out of here with a 10-point win over a scrappy San Francisco team that figures to do well in the West Coast Conference this year.
Yeah, they didn't quit. Showed a lot of fight, but Oregon, it's a great job of executing down the stretch, playing keep away, and converting with a bucket at the end of the shot clock.
The Ducks for the second straight game were 4 of 19 on three-pointers. They're going to have to clean that up.
Yeah, absolutely. But they didn't need it. They were able to get a lot of twos. They had a size advantage, and I think a talent advantage inside with Eugene Amarui.
He led them with 19 points, 7 of 15 from the floor, hit a couple of threes, had 5 rebounds. Eric Williams Jr. with 16, Chris Duarte 11,